All right, y'all. So apparently there's a bitch who's whining and complaining that he's upset that because Lomachenko versus the Marriaga fight is not getting the traction as opposed to Julius Indongo and Terrence Crawford fight that's gonna be showcased 2 weeks after the Lomachenko and Marriaga fight on ESPN, right? Which is gonna be an historic fight for the undisputed light welterweight titles, right? So he's trying so hard to convince people that that's lot more solid fight than the Crawford versus Indongo fight, right? He's doing that by trying to undermine Julius Indongo and his level of opposition that he's fought, right? So he went as far as to say that Marriaga is a much better fighter than Julius Indongo. Yeah, let me repeat that. He just said that Miguel Marriaga is a much better fighter than Julius Indongo. Why did he say that? It's because he cites that, well, Marriaga's been in there with Oscar Valdez. He's been in there with Nicholas Walters. Now he's going to go up against Lomachenko. Well, the problem with that argument is that Marriaga didn't beat those guys. He lost both of those fights convincingly, all right? He was a little bit competitive, but nowhere. He was a little bit competitive, but he got beat soundly by those two guys. Number one. Number two. Marriaga he's beaten 12 guys with losing records all in Colombia. Julius Indongo's only beaten six guys with losing records. But before Julius Indongo fought Edward Trojanowski, guess who he beat that was more significant than anybody that Marriaga beat? He beat, hold on for a second, y'all. Technical difficulties. All right, as I was saying. So, there's a guy on the resume that many people should have recognized when they looked up Julius Indongo's resume, is Kaiser Mabuza. All right? Now, apparently this joker didn't know who Kaiser Mabuza is, all right? Now, Kaiser Mabuza was a guy who stopped Kendall Holt, actually made Kendall Holt retire in his corner. All right? He beat Kendall Holt in his prime. We all know who Kendall Holt is, right? And that got him a shot against Zab Judah for the vacant IBF light welterweight title. Yes, he got stopped by Judah, and after that, he lost to Chris Van Deeren. All right? But I guarantee you this. Him beating Kaiser Mabuza, beating Kendall Holt, losing to Zab Judah, and losing to Chris Van Deeren is far better, way better than Miguel Mayorga losing to Nicholas Walters and Oscar Valdez. All right? I know Lomachenko's coming up. We all expect him to lose that fight as well. But that still falls short. You know why? Because Zab Judah was rated one of the best for pound best fighters in the world, along with Lomachenko. But not only that, Zab Judah actually was an undisputed champion at welterweight. Okay? Zab Judah was a multi-world champion at light welterweight. So you can't compare the two, bruh. You can't. All right? So, yeah, how to... and to add insult to injury, Indongo was a goddamn Olympian, for God's sakes, okay? He had a very good amateur career. He has pedigree. You tell me where am I Miguel Mayorga on his resume? You tell me where's his pedigree, okay? Because the dude he's nothing but special effects, as some other fighter would say, right? And then when he went on to say that, well, Indongo beat two world champions who beat nobodies who were not even rated in the top 10. Well, if he actually paid attention, Edward Trojanowski did beat Cesar Kayenka, took his undefeated record, right? Kayenka was the IBF champion. He was the defending champion. He was 48-0, okay? He was rated the number 3 super lightweight in the world. And Trojanowski made him quit in the corner in Russia. All right, so yeah, Trojanowski actually beat a top 10 guy to get that title. All right, now as far as Ricky Burns is concerned, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. He fought Michel Duraco. Duraco wasn't rated in the top 10. Okay, however, Duraco was the number 1 rated fighter at in the sanctioned bodies by the WBA, while Burns was number 7. Okay, so that's how they ordered that fight. And the title was vacant due to the fact that Broner couldn't make the fucking weight, so he was stripped from his title when he went up against Ashley Theophane. All right, so he had the nerve to say that Miguel Marriaga, damn, butchering the dude's name, Marriaga, there you go, Marriaga, shit, Marriaga is much better than Julius Indongo, only given the fact that he's been in there with the likes of Nicholas Walters, he's been in there with, what else? He's been in there with Oscar Valdez, and now he's going to step in the ring with Vasyl Lomachenko. So you're going to give a guy credit for fights that he did not win. And top it all off, the dude doesn't even have a skill set that's even compared to Julius Indongo. Wow. And let me remind you that Julius Indongo was a 7-1 underdog against Edward Trynovsky, okay? He was a 7-1 underdog. Went to Scotland, was a 3-1 underdog against Ricky Burns. Now he's going to this fight against Terrence Crawford as a 6-1 underdog. So this dude has the nerve to try to undermine this fight, to try to propagate the Lomachenko and Marriaga fight is not working at all. I mean, it's stupid because even a couple of his commenters are telling him, like, look, man, we like Lomachenko, but it's hard to get excited about this fight. At least they're honest about their feelings about it, because nobody likes this fight. Nobody. I mean, there's probably less than a few other than this guy right here, right? This nutcase, right? This clown. But other than that, he wants to go ahead and just say, you know, it's Orlando Salido's fault why that fight didn't happen. First of all, I have to make a retraction. I thought Orlando Salido priced himself out when I read the article on Boxing Scene, which was a misleading title. Shout out to Fight Critic because he pointed that out for me. Right? So, now in that article, it was titled that Orlando Salido turned down $729,000. That was a statement that was released by a top-ranking executive, right? Our top-ranking executive. In that article, and this is something I did not catch, and I should have been, I caught it. I know better than that. But anyways, I didn't catch it, but when I went back and reread the article as Fight Critic had asked me, implored me to do. So I looked at it. It also said that not only he turned down the $729,000, he also said, they also said that he actually accepted the offer, but he wanted the fight on a later date due to two reasons. One, he won't be able to make the weight at the time that they're asking for the fight to be put on, which is August 5th. Second, he's had an hand injury, so he needed more time to recover from that hand injury from his last fight. So goddamn Lomachenko's team didn't want to budge on that, so that's why Salido opted out of it. He backed out of the negotiations. Okay, you know what? I noticed this pattern with Lomachenko's team because it seems like they want to take up offers and give fight. They want to they want to go ahead and get guys in the ring with them when they're at their most vulnerable point. So, all right, in their careers. Like, for example, Nicholas Walters. I think they deliberately waited this guy for a whole year for him to be inactive, for him to take the fight. I mean, call me crazy, but it seems obvious to me. They waited a whole year for him to finally be inactive. He was put on the shelf for a whole year, and then all of a sudden they take a fight against him. All right, just like the crap they tried to do with Rigondeaux, okay? Because this guy, the idiot who didn't even mention why, the Marriaga fight makes more sense because they needed to fill somebody in for the time slot. Well, Guillermo Rigondeaux voluntarily saying, look, I'll fill in, I'll take the fight at 130. Let's do it. They didn't even bother negotiating Rigondeaux. They told Rigondeaux, it's like, you know what? We don't make the fights. I'm not the owner. I'm not the promoter. So you got to talk to Bob Arum. Wow. And this has come from Egis Klimas, a guy who's called out everybody at 130, who's claiming that all the other champions are ducking Lomachenko. But when Rigondeaux, a guy who fights 2 weight classes below you, wants to, challenges you, you tell him no, he's going to have to talk to somebody else. Nah, fuck that. That's a fucking duck. Okay, you can go ahead and try to, make up all kind of excuses for it and try to skew it one way or the other. It's a duck end of the story. So it's inexcusable that you're going to fight a guy who lost very convincingly to Oscar Valdez, right? Not too long ago, by the way. He didn't fight not too long ago. He's got to come up 1 weight class within about a month and a half to fight Vasyl Lomachenko. While Rigondeaux was a guy who's fighting 2 weight classes below you, saying he's willing to take the challenge. Wow. Wow. So you ducked the guy who's 2 weight classes below you. And I think I know why they did it. Because they're deliberately waiting for Rigondeaux to slow down. Let's be honest. That's what they're doing. Just like the other champions who ducked Rigondeaux blatantly, like Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg. Particularly Carl Frampton. They're waiting for his ass to slow down. Let's be honest. They're waiting for him to slow down. Then they'll wait for the opportunistic time to take a fight with him. Goddamn Lomachenko and his team, man. They're trying to pull a Sugar Ray Leonard and Floyd Mayweather. Wait for guys to be at their most weakest points and then take a fight with him. When Leonard did that to Duran and Hagler, right? And Floyd was notorious for doing that shit by announcing his fights at least 5 weeks before the actual date. So, yeah, we all know what's up with that. But needless to say, I'm gonna pose this question to y'all, man, because this is one of the most ridiculous and stupidest things I've ever heard. Is Miguel Marriaga better than Julius Indongo? And be honest, man. Oh, my God. But before I close that out, before you answer this question, let me say one thing. Miguel Marriaga has not beaten anybody in Colombia. He has not beaten anybody that comes close to Kaiser Mabuza. Julius Indongo beat that guy. Okay, yeah, we can all argue that Kaiser Mabuza wasn't at his best, but come on, that win is far better than any other wins that fucking Marriaga beat. All better than all the other guys he beat in Colombia. Man, the fuck out of here, man, with that stupid shit. I'm out.